Hey, welcome back to another episode from Life on Living Well. It's great to be back here again. I want to thank everyone that been supporting this community ever since it started. And if you'd like to know much about what Life on Living Well does, you can check us out on our website at www.lifeonlivingwell.info. Once again, my name is Richard. And you can also reach me by sending email to richard@lifeforlivingwell.info, or you can send your email to hello@lifeforlivingwell.info. So as I am about to start this completing part of Travel Life Diary story of Joe, I'm just going to quickly run you through all the last 3 weeks that the stories have started. Talk about Joe encounter with the wind, how the wind explored the ability to do multiple experiences at one time and be in all corners of the world, and also explain to Joe to tap into his natural strength and expand it in a way that's not only benefit Joe, also benefit the Joe community. We also talk about Joe experience with the fire, how fire showed Joe that one of the reasons why we're struggling with our problem in this world is because we are using our intellect to solve intelligent problem. But fire showed Joe that when we create a healthy relationship with our heart, then we'll be able to tap into our intuition. So it creates like a bridge between those two, and then we're able to take action that we did to make a change that can be positive in our life. So Napoleon Hill once said that imagination ruled the world. It is impossible to tap into the imaginative zone if you are not able to listen to your heart and create a net relationship with your heart. Most people is in their head. They even think about their emotions and they become paralysis of doing anything. So, and fire shows us how we can do this effectively and make our life experience much more productive, much more better. And the third sibling that the Joe bear is water. It shows us that we cannot really run away from obstacles. We cannot really run away from challenges. That challenges, we have a lot of it. Even though if you are so fortunate in our life that we are inheritance or we won a lottery, we still have another challenges in other area of our life. And if we are not equipped very well, we're going to quickly create more suffering for ourselves. So water shows us that pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. So water shows us how to embrace our challenges and turn all these obstacles into pathway. So it shows us how we can flow around every object and become part of us. So our experiences that are not good, not bad. It's just the experiences. But what we became after this experience, it shows the character we made of. So if we became more compassionate, it might be we're already compassionate, but we never arrived there yet. If we become more prosperous, it might be we have the ability already within us, but we have no idea how to tap into that. So this is what I'm trying to teach us according to the Joe Diary. So today, which is the final part of the story, and is Joe meeting the soil. So I'm going to try to create the two characters with my voice, which is a bit challenging for me to do, but just bear with me. And even though you could get, but I will use the name to differentiate between the two characters that are having a dialogue together. So I'm reading the diary of Joe meeting the last sibling, which he calls Soil. So I will call his name Soil in this podcast. So Joe took his diary and began to write his experience down for an encounter with water. Then he walked for a few minutes to meet the last of the siblings. So So with him, he asked himself what an experience he's been having for the last few minutes, meeting the three siblings already. So as he invited into his hut, so he arrived in front of a small hut. So a gentle, older, elderly man came out and invited him to his hut. It was small, but it has everything in it. So Soy gave Joe a cup of coffee. Then Soy started talking. I heard you have spoken to my three siblings. Is that correct? Joe said, yes. What do you think about them? At this time, Joe paused. Then started to brief him their summary of their character traits. He was nodding his head with assurance smiles. Then he asked him again, why did you make the journey anyway? Again, it was unexpected question. So Joe was tutored and then he composed himself. He started how his dream led him to be more inquisitive about life journey. So he started talking. So this time, the Soy began to talk. Many messages were passed through dream because they were 4 and 5 dimensional prisms. Most people fail to see the connections. Generations upon generations have relied on dreams to foresee their life path. I am the oldest of my siblings. Our parents were long gone. We have our deep differences and our energy made it impossible for us to be under one roof at the same time since the day we were born. But we share time zone and space, and this is defined. Among all my siblings, I am the least changeable. Well, I don't see any practical sense to keep changing. If it's working, why changing it? But then I see time change. I see climate change. I see crops change. Maybe there is wisdom in my sister character, wind, nature. I only cover just 30% of the arts. You can see why it's difficult for me sometimes to share or worry unnecessarily. My brother Fire don't seem to have this problem because it felt things so deep first, then action follow. He giggling with pleasant memory. I've been working on this farm for over 3,000 years. Since then, both wind and fire had traveled to all corners of the earth and brought pleasant and sad stories. Even my baby sister, water, traveled far. I wonder why they do that. Well, when I set my mind to do a thing, it really diverges from it. My sister, water, get along with me more. I find myself to let go of memory. It's really, really hard for me because I absorb all experiences. Often they visit briefly, but I remain here. I wonder what Papa and Mom will made of their children now. Then I interrupted him. So Joe interrupted the Soy at this point and he said, sure they will be proud of you. And then they both smile, and Joe wake up from his dream, and he wonder what the story is all about. The art sign show why we attach to the possession and the things that we value a lot, why it's so difficult to detach a little bit from it, and because of our attachment, we also limited our experience of other things that we may be able to experience. But the art also show Joe how to be content with where you are, with what you earn, without flicking off every time you're about to achieve something. You just get distracted to jump to another thing. And at the end, it's so challenging to have a real and tangible goal or success to be happen. So the story of Joe Diary, it was a story of every one of us. And we all have the trait of fire, water, soil, and wind. But how does those traits help us, or how do those traits contribute to our life? I hope this particular story helps someone. And if you'd like to know more about Life for Living Well community, you can check us out on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.info. Once again, my name is Richard, and I really want to thank you for your time to follow these fictional stories. And I hope you have an amazing week. Stay safe, and Happy New Year in advance, and stay safe in 2021 as well. Thank you.